He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time, and welcome to A Bet, a Razor, but no fight. I know I told y'all, like, when I told, what was the story time? The fight behind the, no. I called the police. I told y'all, like, that was my last fight, right? I told y'all that was my last fight. I think that's how I told y'all. And it was my last fight. Let me explain. It's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. So, remember I told y'all, I don't know where it was. I told, like, all my stuff meshed together. Now, this is a time where I'm telling myself in my head, like, you should have told stuff in order. But it all meshed together. It all meshed together. Anyway, so I don't know when or where I told y'all, but I was like, I love Kmart clothes. My mom did Kmart layaway, so that's how I got my school clothes. She would put 5 outfits on layaway, and I didn't care about where it came from as long as it matched, as long as it was pretty. She bought shoes from Kmart. Like, she got everything. She got my whole wardrobe from Kmart because she could afford Kmart and she could afford layaway. So it was like, I know y'all think like back in, it was like back then your stuff was cheaper, right? And so was the pay. The pay was $5.15 an hour. If you was making $7.15, you was doing big things. If you was making 10, you was doing big things. It's $5.15. $5.15. So yeah. So my mom, you know, that's how she got my clothes. And so once I started figuring out, like, I would say, like, sometimes people look at the outside and think like they know your whole life. Like the internet, you get a 20-second clip and you think like you know a whole person's life. There's nothing absolutely wrong with you having your opinion. That's just literally the internet. But I'm always amazed how people feel like you know a person's whole life by a 20-second clip, or how a person looks. So anyway, I'm you know, in Kmart clothes. Like, I have long hair, long thick hair. My hair was relaxed at the time. Yes. I think, yes. Kitty relaxers. My hair was relaxed at the time, but it's still thick and long. And I'm rocking my Kmart clothes. I don't care. I love them. But I remember, like, I literally had, like, this pink shirt on. And I had on these jeans. And it had, like, a little pink butterfly on the back pocket on the butt. Again, I've had a huge butt all my life. I remember being teased in 3rd grade about my butt. I've had a huge butt all my life. Anyway. So, and I had on some pink. These shoes were named ponies. They were pink and white ponies. But baby, you couldn't tell me nothing because I was matched from head to toe. That's all that mattered to me. That's all that mattered to me. I didn't know anything about name brand. I didn't know anything about Nike or whatever the hot name brand was. I had brand new clothes. I was matching from head to toe, baby. My hair was long, had my little hair in a ponytail, and she was letting a little bit out in the back. It was like the 2 ponytails on the side and the hair in the back with a bang, baby, with the bang. You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was fly. Baby, I get on the bus, and this one girl, what we gonna call her, Bully. And this one girl, Bully, was like, that's your school clothes? That's what your mama decided to buy you? Yeah. So you said that in the morning, right? So we get off the bus, we go to school. We go to, if I'm not mistaken, we go to different schools. Because you're younger than me, but you're bigger than me. Like, bigger than me. Huge. Humongous. So say a prayer for my cousin Stacy, because that's literally what I was thinking about. Something she said. Anyway. So, school is over. We get back on the bus. We're on the way home, right? And so you're walking up and down the aisle of the bus, like going up and down. I don't know. But you start making like in the back, like the cool kids sat in the back. And as I told y'all, like I said, like right there in the middle. Because I didn't see myself as, you know, like as a cool kid. I saw myself just Angel. Like I never really paid attention to that stuff. Like I never did. I promise you I never did. Even like my mom was worse when it came down to it. My mom would walk out like in some raggedy t-shirts, some raggedy pants, because most of the time she was in her yard. She wanted her yard to look absolutely amazing. She would work on her grass, work on her garden, plant trees. My mama did not care. As long as her bills was paid and her yard was how she wanted it, she was in her own house. She did not care, honey. she didn't. I used to be like, Mama. But I've noticed I've gotten to that point to a certain extent. I've noticed I'm like that. I'm like, well, I've never really cared like about name brand stuff. If I can find it for cheap, I'll get it. But the prices that y'all pay, who doing that? Not me. Not me. I would rather see that in my bank account. Baby, it's a no. It's a no. It's a no. I am not spending that amount of money that y'all pay for some of the stuff to show off for other people. For people to think like, oh, she got money. And now all they gonna do is they gonna come ask you for it. I'm broke. I'm in between blessings. Anyway. So yeah, so she's walking up and down the aisle, and when she's walking up and down the aisle, like, you know, like I'm sitting on the end of the seat where you can see me. So she they were going around, basically was like, yeah, y'all stand up, show off your school outfit, show off your new clothes. And so because the cool kids sat in the back, but we were all like in the same neighborhood. And then at this time in my neighborhood, it was a lot of kids. So everybody was in the back was showing off their school clothes, but so they knew me, of course. And I think I was the last person. Because my house is like at the end. My house is like the beginning and the separation of the African American side and the Caucasian side, to be honest. No, my cousin's house is the very last one, but most of the people like literally like stop in my house, if that makes sense. Because my house was like a huge landmark, so to speak, for people to know exactly like where they are. So we're like I'm the last one, so they was like, stand up and just show off your clothes, So I show off, you know, like I'm standing up and, you know, like I'm thinking I'm cute or whatever, because I'm excited about the new clothes. And this girl was like, girl, you got on some cat heads, you got on some pink and white cat heads, you got on pink and white ponies. And the whole back of the bus started laughing. And I sit down and I'm like, oh my God. And so the person that sits next to me, she's in the same grade with me. We've always ridden the bus together. Like we've always been bus mates, so to speak. And so she was like, oh wow. And so literally it's so crazy because she was like, girl, don't stand up. When they call your name, don't stand up. And I was like, girl, I'm cute. I like my clothes. I'm going to stand up. Should have listened to her. So oh, no. Y'all, my eyes are hurting. I need the blue lights. Like, they're doing something. So, yeah. So, she was like, don't stand up. So, I should have listened to her, but I didn't. And because I was really proud of my clothes. I was proud of my clothes. And so, she made, like, this huge deal, and they was laughing. So, I sat down. And I was like, dang. So, you know, the girl was like, oh, wow. And you just kept going. You kept like you just kept going. And then it was even during this time, like my mom, we used to pick up aluminum cans on the side of the road. We used to walk for extra money because my mom was literally in debt. So we used to pick up cans on the side of the road. And so I had to help, of course. Because, again, my mom was trying to make things happen for her house and for her children. So we was picking up cans on the side of the road. And so her and her mentality, like, you have no idea because you're not an adult, you're a kid. But you was like, yeah, y'all be going around picking up garbage. Y'all be going around picking up cans on trash on the side of the road just to raise money. You not knowing me, my mom hit her. She was like, yeah, we're going to, because of course, now I'm embarrassed. And so I'm going to tell my mom, I was like, why would we have to go pick up trash on the side of the road? Like, these kids are teasing me. And so my mom was like, Angel, you're going to have to realize and you're going to have to learn, like, you're going to have to stand your ground. People going to talk about you, and this is where I get this from. People going to talk about you when you're doing good, when you're doing bad, when you're alive, and when you're dead. They're going to always have something to say. And she was so right. People will always have something to say no matter what. No matter what you do, people always gonna put their opinion in it. Nobody asked for you to put your 2 cents in, but here you are, dropping off your 2 pennies, and nobody asked for it. But anyway, so she was like, you're gonna have to stand your ground. You're gonna have to be confident in what you're doing. She was like, there's nothing wrong with your clothes. Your clothes are absolutely beautiful. You picked them out. You're matching. She was like, I can't afford name brand. And so that was one of the things my mom would do. She was explain things to me. Like, she wouldn't hide certain things. And so she was like, and we pick up cans. She was like, aluminum is very high right now. So she was like, so when we go and pick up those cans, and there was this man called the Can Man, and we would go turn, she was like, we go turn those cans in, we get money. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, it's whatever. So this one particular, there was this other girl who was very popular on my street. So I used to call her like my sister. And then she was very popular, and I just used to, like, she used to have the name brand clothes. She used to know how to dress. She knew how to dance. Like, and it was like this, I don't know, it was almost like she could command a cult if she wanted to be totally honest. Like, people just wanted to be around her because she was just like a vibe. And so this one person, like, she had given me all these magazines. I was just telling Ty this yesterday because I had him listening to the music that we used to listen to in school. Like, some of the videos, like Special Ed, Kid and Play, Moni Love, Sybil, CNC Music Factory. Like, I was showing him a couple of videos. The Rapping Duke, da da da. He was like, cause I was like, a lot of y'all stuff is repetition, but a lot of our stuff was repetition too. So, you know, basically, I was telling him how we used to get like Word Up and the Hype magazines, and we would take the posters out and put them on our wall. And so she, what am I call her? Popular would gave me a couple of magazines, right? And so she, at this point in time, she was calling me her sister. And so, like, I had all these magazines, and I'm taking the stuff out, and I'm putting them all over my wall. Like, I'm thinking, like, she gave the magazines to me as a gift. Well, lo and behold, like, she had called and was like, bring me my shit. I want all my stuff. Like, you held these magazines for so long. And I was like, what? And so, as I'm walking, like, I'm taking all the stuff down the wall, off the wall, right? This is a different day. But, like, you know, I'm just... So I'm taking the stuff down off the wall to take to her, because I'm like, what happened? Where does this even come from? And so, like, she's literally cussing me out on the phone. And so I'm taking stuff off the wall, and I'm walking down the street to take it to her. So when I was walking, you know, once I got there and I'm handing her magazines, and I was like, what's going on? Because my mom is like, we communicate. So if I want to know something, like, the only way for me to know is to ask questions. And so I was like, what's going on? Like, I thought you gave me these. So she was like, no, I was letting you borrow the books. And I was like, girl, no, I specifically remember you saying, like, I can have them, because I said it repeatedly, because I used to sit at her house with her and her grandma. Like, we used to just sit in the house. Literally, a lot of us used to sit over there because she was popular. A lot of us liked to be around her. Like I said, it was like she could command a cult. Promise you. And it was like, but she had a lot of name brand stuff, or she would set trends, so people wanted to be around her. And so she was like, no. And so I was like, so you was, because Bully had got on the phone, and so she was like, bring her all her right now. You a dumb, like, she was going in. not Popular, but Bully was on the phone. So I was like, you were saying all the stuff that she was saying. And so she was like, I wasn't saying it word for word. Like, she was saying that I was saying, you know, I was saying it like word, like, you know, like I was agreeing, like, just bring me my stuff. No clue. I have no clue why you switched up on me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so she was like, yeah, you a dumb bitch. You a dumb. I said, girl, you a dumb. And so she was like, girl, you can't even spell dumb. You got dumb as D-U-M. And the dumb is spelled D-U-M-B. And I was like, what? And so she was like, yeah, I'm looking at all these photos. Like, I'm looking at all these, the stuff that you written on. And so we used to say stuff like, when we said dumb, it was like it's, you know how New York be like, yo, that's mad crazy. And it don't be like, it's not negative, but like good. So we used to be like, yo, that's dumb, stupid. Like it was good. Like we used to be like dumb. And so it was like a slang, not necessarily like English correct grammar. It was a slang. And I was like, girl, it's a slang. And so she was like, no, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. That's how you spell dumb. D-U-M. That shows that you're dumb. And so Popular was like, Bully was like, Popular, please spell dumb for this dumb. And so she was like, D-U-M-B. And so her Popular's cousin, Instigator, started laughing. He was like, oh. So Bully stands up. And so she was like, so you want to fight? You want to fight? What's up? What's up? Because you think you better than us. You think you better than us. That's your problem. You think you high class. You think you better than us. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? She's like, you think you better than us. Don't come back down this street. You come back down this street, you going to get your whooped by me. Don't come back down here. And again, nobody knows what's going on in my house. So I always try to stay away. And yes, I'm young, but I know, like I told y'all, I could recognize like that anger type situation. Real talk. Because I know, like, even when it came down to me, I would make decisions out of anger and I'd be like, that was stupid. And sometimes it's certain situations that I haven't even discussed to nobody. It was like, girl, you should be dead. Anyway, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm walking away. So Instigator was like, oh, she's scared. She's scared. Oh, I can't wait to get to school. I can't wait to get to school. So you went to school and told people, like, you was just running your mouth before we even got to school, basically saying, oh, she ran home. She ran home. She was scared of Bully. She was scared of Bully. She ran home. I walked home. I walked away from the fight, but I walked home. So at this point in time, Nightmare is still at the house. And so I'm walking around like dumbfounded, and I'm sad, not because of Bully. I'm sad because I have no idea why Popular had switched up on me. And so I'm walking around sad. So Nightmare was like, what's wrong with you? And so at this point in time, I don't remember what exactly happened, but Nightmare had got into a fight and he had a black eye. His eye was swollen. And so I was like, oh, Bully is saying all that, like, she teasing me, she doing all this stuff, like, and Popular kind of switched up on me, like, they say all this stuff, like, they bully me, like, teasing me and talking about my clothes or whatever. And I was like, so, and I don't know what's going on. So he was like, oh, okay, I'll handle it. So, like, we literally just sitting there talking. He was like, oh, I'll talk to their parents, I'll handle it, because you partied with their parents. You partied with Bully parents. Popular parents she was living with her grandparents. So basically you was going to talk to her grandfather, to be totally honest. And so it was like, he was like, I'll talk to them. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I don't even know what switched in the conversation, but I said something. Oh, I said something about your black eye. And so we was talking, we was watching TV or whatever. And so something had came up with the eye. I think it was like cartoons or something. And I was like, dang, is that what happened with your fight? And so he was like, oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm not going to talk to Popular's parents. I'm not going to talk to Bully's parents. Matter of fact, when she fights you and she beats you, I'm going to throw a party for her. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, get out. So you got upset about me saying something about your eye. I don't even know who you was fighting or what happened, but I just know you got a black eye. Somebody beat you. It probably was one of your goddamn street pharmacists that you owe money to be totally honest. And let's be totally clear. I know y'all like, girl, if he was such a nightmare, why were y'all watching TV? Because I would get in trouble if I stayed in my room. And that was considered an attitude problem. So I had to play the game and maneuver and pick and choose my battles. So, anyway, so this point in time, like, some time had passed. Like, I had been chilling in the house because it's like, girl, you told me not to come down there. So, one of my cousins is always a fighter. She was strictly tomboy. She was more tomboy than me, child. But she would come down and she was like, come on, let's go, let's go to the street, let's go play it or whatever. So I was like, girl, And so she was like, wow, what happened? So I'm telling her, telling her what happened and telling her what's going on. And so she was like, girl, anyway, she was like, anytime if she says something to you again, you let me know. I was like, girl, don't worry about it. It's whatever. It's whatever. So you, like, every time I get on the bus, you're threatening. Every time you know what I'm saying? Like, you would walk by and you would hit my shoulder. Like, you was doing anything and everything to make me want to fight. I just thought about another story time. You was doing anything and everything to make me want to fight. And I'm not falling for it. I'm not going for it. So this one particular day, like, Mouth Almighty was like, come on, man. Come on, cuz. Come on. We about to get ready to play softball. As I told y'all, like, we would make up our own games. Like, literally, a tree was a base, a table was a base, and then we would go get, like, a cardboard or something, and that would be, like, second base. We didn't have a bat. We actually had, like, a board to have a bat, basically. But this one particular day, like, I don't know who, I think one of the grandsons was down from a different city, and he had a bat, like, because he was really into baseball. He had a bat, so he was really into baseball. So, he had his bat. So we were playing softball. Like, Mouth Almighty was like, come on, let's go play softball. Like, we need more people. And I was like, he was like, man, forget that girl. Forget that girl. Here's where I didn't follow my first mind, because my first mind was like, no. Because I know you've been doing anything and everything to pick this fight. Like, you want this fight so bad, and I have done nothing to you. Like, every time you see me, you talk about my clothes. Every time you see me, you talk about my hair. Every time you see me, you talk about my house. Every time you see me, I think I'm high class. I think I'm better than y'all. And that was far from the case. Like, you were name brand down. Your clothes were way better than mine. And I never thought I was high class. Like, literally was inside a house being SA'd almost every day, just trying to, school was an escape for me. And now that you are bullying me or talking about me every day was no longer an escape. It was like I was going from one nightmare to another, one nightmare to another. Yeah. So anyway, so I was like, he was like, no, come on, let's just go. Like, I promise you, like, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. And I was like, it's whatever. Mouth Almighty is younger than me, but he would fight too. Like, my whole family's just on both sides. We'll fight. Anyway, so we're down there. So when we walked down there, in the beginning, she wasn't there. So when, like, we were playing, we're having a good time, and I would say 10 to 20 minutes later, here you come. And when you come, it was like, oh, you came outside, huh? But didn't I tell you don't come down here? Didn't I tell you if I see you down here, I was gonna beat you? So what do I want to call him? Can't use that. What do I want to call him? Dang. Matt. We're gonna call him Matt. You know what I'm gonna call him? because that's far from it. So Matt was like, girl, shut up. We're having a good time. Everybody was chilling. Everybody was, you know, we was vibing before you came up here. We not even about to have that. Shut up. Either you gonna play or you can go home. So Matt was like, he was in high school, but I think Matt was probably like 5'9", 6'1". But Matt was kind of feminine, but he still kind of command like respect. So it was more like Popular was head and then Matt was number 2, so to speak. Like Popular was president and Matt was vice president, so to speak. So, you know, people move whenever they say move or whatever. So Matt was like, so shut up. Like either you gonna play or you know what I'm saying? Like, or you not. So she didn't say nothing. So we're having a good time, chilling, literally chilling, having a good time. Nobody knows that you have been talking so much stuff to me. You have been bullying me this whole time. Nobody knows that I have stuck a razor blade in my pocket. My cousin, when my somebody came to ask me to go down, and I was like, I found this old rusty razor blade in my grandparents' house, and I was like, they don't even know this is gonna be missing. And I put it in my pocket and was carrying it to school, was carrying it on the bus, and I was like, if I have to go down there, I'm gonna put this in my pocket, cause I'm tired of you. Like, I'm tired of you. Again, and this is why I say I don't fight, because the little girl that's trying to protect the adult Angel, even though like I'm still the size of a kindergartner, but even though like I'm still like short, like that little girl is still fight or flight. Like the adult Angel is like, calm down. It's okay. We're not in that situation anymore. We're safe. We're okay. I still have to talk to that little girl. Because that little girl is like, I will beat you, like, quick. She don't care how tall. She don't care how big. She don't care what color. She don't go. So, I'm like, I had the razor blade in my pocket. Put it in my pocket, took it from my grandparents' house. We go down, like at this point in time, I think I had on some shorts. These jeans, they were acid wash. We call them acid wash jeans. Basically, they're like the light colored jeans. They fold down in the front. They were shorts. They fold down in the front. And then I had on a tank top. So we were playing, having a good time. And so at this point in time, it was like after we got done playing, we were all sitting in front of what we call the shop. We were all sitting in front of, you know, this part where we call the shop. We was just sitting there. We was just talking. And so she, you know, she gets up. And then that's when she was like, I hate. And so she has a bat. Did she have a bat at this time? No, she didn't. But she got something. She was like, oh, I hate. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Because at this point in time, what did I name him? Matt. Matt had went home. So it's like free and, you know, it's free and clear right now. I can't stand you. What's up? What you want to do? Let's just go ahead and fight and get it over with. Let me just go ahead and beat you. Let's get it over with. So at this point in time, it was like, you know what? I'm going to have to stand up to you. I'm just going to have, so I can end this. So I get up. And so my thamadi is like, you're just standing there, Mr. Protector. You're just standing there. So it's this dude that was sitting beside me. He was real cool. He's still real cool. He's still sweet as I'll get out. We just gonna call him dude, because he don't really need like a name. We're gonna call him Reason. So Reason was sitting beside me. So Reason was like, don't do it. Like, don't move. He was like, man, shut up. Like, he was telling Bully to shut up. He was like, man, shut up. Like, shut up. Like, don't nobody want to do all the fighting, but like, just shut up. And so she was like, nah, come on, let's just get this over with. So me, nobody knows I got this thing in my pocket. Move so y'all can see me. So I'm, you know, so I stand up. So I stand up and I go around, because I was sitting behind the table, like on the what you call it? It's not called a stool. What you call it? Because it was attached to the wall. But anyway, I'm sitting on a chair. It's called a certain thing. It's not really a bleacher. I don't know. So I'm sitting on the chair. So I stand up and I go around the table because she's standing close to the side on the other side of the table that's close to the street. So I go on that side of the table. So I'm standing there and I'm fiddling. Fiddling because adrenaline is not pumping. So I'm fiddling, trying to, and she was like, girl, what are you doing? Because I'm trying to get the razor blade out of my pocket. So I'm fiddling like this, going in and out of my pocket, trying to get the stuff out. And at this point, adrenaline is going. And then I'm scared because it's like, do you not realize the damage you can do right now? But it's like, at this point in time, like, I got to let you know, like, leave me alone. So I'm fiddling and I finally get it and I pull it out. When I pull it out, everybody spread out. Oh. And so she was like, oh, you gonna cut me? Oh, you gonna cut me? And I'm standing there and I'm looking at her. And so she was like, you gonna cut me? And so she started laughing. She was like, oh, okay. So you started walking like you was walking to go home. So when you did that, like, I went and sat back down right by Reason where I was sitting before, and I put the razor blade back in my pocket. So me and Reason are sitting there talking. So Reason is like, and I'm calling him Reason because he was like the voice of Reason. So Reason was like, what happened between y'all? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, all of a sudden she woke up one day and she didn't like me. I said, she keeps saying I'm high class. She keeps saying I think I'm better than everybody. And I was like, I don't have an issue with her. So again, all of us think like this girl went home. So when he was like, well, do you not like her? And before I can answer, she comes around on the other side of Reason. So we're thinking like she walked home. You walked to where we're not paying attention. You cut around behind the houses and came behind the shop. And now you're on the other side. So it's like I'm sitting here and this is Reason and she's standing right beside Reason here. So she's standing there with a bat. So she's standing there with the bat and she's holding the bat like this. So you gonna cut me? You don't like me? Answer the question, Angel. You don't like me? So Reason was like, oh, I'm sick of this. So he stands up and he's, pulling the bat from her. So he's a dude. Reason is actually kind of tall too. I think Reason was like 6'1", 6'2". And so Reason was like, oh, I'm sick of this. So he pulls the bat. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so let me finish up. So, and she, like I told y'all, she walked on the other side. She walked behind the buildings and walked on the other side. So with her walking around the buildings and walked on the other side, she she had the bat. And so that's when she was like, oh, you don't like me? You don't like me, Angel? Answer the question. You don't like me? And so Reason was like, he grabbed the bat. And so they're tussling with the bat. Like he's spinning her around, literally trying to wrestle the bat from her because she don't want to let go of the bat. He was like, let go of the bat, let go of the bat. And so she, no, I want to fight. Like, I guess she put a razor blade out on me. She put a razor blade out on me. And it's like, all this time that you have been bullying me and you've been talking crap, your biggest issue is I pulled a razor blade out on you. So he got the bat away from her. He was like, man, just go home. Like, if you don't like her, just go home. Like, we was chilling. And so I was like, it's all good. I'm gonna just go home because literally there's no reason for me to be here. Well, lo and behold, I didn't realize that Mouth Almighty had went down to my grandaunt's house and was like, Angel pull out a razor blade. Angel about to fight. So my cousin, Tomboy, she comes running, full speed. Running. You did all that to go right there. She come running full speed. But like she a straight football star. She come running track star. Woo. Who wanna fight you? Who wanna fight you? And I'm like walking towards her at this time. And I'm like, girl, it's over. Who wanna fight you? And I was like, it's over. Don't worry about it. It's over. And so she was like, oh, because I don't play about my cousin. I don't play. And when she didn't, like she was she was ready. She was 10 toes down. So after that day, like the girl Bully never said anything else. I never said anything else. It was just like, I guess she was like this crazy heifer she pulled a blade out on me, so let me leave her alone. Because in all actuality, I had no issue with her in the first place, and then I had no reason of knowing why the hell you wanted to fight me in the first place, besides you saying like, oh, I think I'm high class, or I think I'm better than them, which wasn't the case. But yeah, so literally that was like the end of it. That was the story time of the razor and the bat, but no fight. Do y'all know Nightmare put Bully's mom on to the can man, and they end up picking up cans on the side of the street, and she ended up bragging about it. It was like, oh, that's good money. This is why you should do what you want to do, because people are crazy. I love you the most, because you're definitely the dopest in real life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.